Hello friends, asking one question. When a matrix has multiple eigenvalues, which one is more important? Answer is dominant eigenvalue. So let us start with dominant eigenvalue of a square matrix. Let A be a square matrix of order n, means this matrix has n number of rows and n number of columns. Also, this matrix has eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n. Then question is which eigenvalue is most important? So first we define modulus of any complex eigenvalue a plus ib. It is defined as modulus of lambda equal to square root of a square plus b square. Okay. So in other words, we can say modulus of any complex number is the distance of eigenvalue lambda from origin 0, 0 in complex plane. Suppose this is the complex plane, a real axis, this is imaginary axis, and we denote lambda here a plus ib or lambda equal to a comma b. Then this is the 0, 0 origin. So distance of this lambda from origin, this is the modulus of lambda. Now we define spectral radius of matrix A. It is denoted by a row of A and defined as maximum of modulus of lambda 1 comma modulus of lambda 2 and so on modulus of lambda n. Okay. So any eigenvalue, suppose we denote this eigenvalue by lambda t, is called dominant eigenvalue of A if modulus of lambda d equal to rho of A. It means eigenvalue whose magnitude equals spectral radius is called dominant eigenvalue. Or we can say eigenvalue with largest magnitude is called dominant eigenvalue. We can also write that lambda d, this is the dominant eigenvalue if modulus of d it is greater than or equal to lambda I for all I equal to 1 2 up to n. So remember, dominant eigenvalue, you can see that here we are not comparing eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n. We compare magnitudes of eigenvalues. So now this is the complex plane you can see here, and horizontal axis, this is the real part, vertical axis or imaginary axis, you can see all eigenvalues are plotted here. This is lambda 1, this is lambda 2, lambda 3, okay, and other eigenvalues by black dots here you can see. Now we check which eigenvalue is the farthest from the origin. So you can see here lambda d, and you can see here this is also one eigenvalue which is farthest from origin. So here this one and this one are the dominant eigenvalues, two dominant eigenvalues. Now we discuss important points related to dominant eigenvalue. So first is spectral radius is always non-negative. Okay, as we have defined spectral radius as the maximum of modulus of eigenvalues, definitely it is always greater than or equal to 0 because magnitude is always greater than or equal to 0. Second point is dominant eigenvalue may be positive, may be negative or complex. Okay, so remember in dominant eigenvalue sign does not matter. What matters? Only magnitude. There can be one or more dominant eigenvalues. Okay, suppose we have one eigenvalue is 2 and other is -2. So you can see here magnitude of lambda 1 and lambda 2. So modulus of lambda 1 or absolute value of lambda 1 is 2 and absolute value of lambda 2 also 2. So here we have two dominant eigenvalues. Dominance is based on modulus or absolute values. And see, if dominant eigenvalue is 0, then all other eigenvalues must be 0. Means matrix becomes nilpotent matrix. A nilpotent matrix is a matrix with all 0 eigenvalues. Why we are writing this one? So you can see here, suppose 0 is the dominant eigenvalue, means modulus of 0 definitely it is greater than or equal to modulus of all other eigenvalues for all I. This implies that lambda I equal to 0. Really? All eigenvalues are 0. Now next important point is a real symmetric matrix with real entries. A real symmetric matrix always has real dominant eigenvalues. Okay, so you can check by taking some example. Now we discuss one example. Find the dominant eigenvalue of the following matrix. So this is the upper triangular matrix you can see here. So upper triangular matrix with diagonal entries 1, -5 and 3. So eigenvalues of upper triangular matrix are the diagonal entries. So we write eigenvalues lambda 1 equal to 1, lambda 2 equal to -5 and lambda 3 equal to 3. So now you can see here this is lambda 1 in complex plane, lambda 1 equal to 1 and this is lambda 2. Lambda 2 is sorry, it is lambda 3, correct. It is lambda 3. Lambda 3 is 3 and lambda 2 is -5. Now we check which one is dominant eigenvalue. So modulus of lambda t, we write maximum of modulus of all these eigenvalues. So modulus of 1, these are the real numbers, so we can say absolute values of 1, -5, -3. So maximum of 153, so maximum value is 5 and this maximum value 5 we are getting corresponding to eigenvalue lambda 2 which is -5. So lambda 2 equal to -5 is the dominant eigenvalue. That's why we write here lambda d. So lambda d is lambda 2 which is -5. Now next example is find the dominant eigenvalue of the following matrix. 2 by 2 square matrix here we have. So first we find out the characteristic equation that we defined by determinant of a minus lambda I equal to 0. So here, so you can write that 0 2 minus 2 0. Okay, it is minus lambda I, we consider 1 0 0 1. So we can write it as 0 minus lambda minus 2 2 0 minus lambda, and determinant of this matrix you can see this one equal to 0. Now determinant we write here lambda square plus 4 equal to 0. So we are getting values of lambda equal to plus minus 2 of I, because we write here lambda square equal to minus 4. This implies that lambda square equal to 4I square. This implies lambda equal to plus minus 2I. So in complex plane you can represent these eigenvalues as 2I. This is 2I and this is minus 2I. So now we find the dominant eigenvalue. So modulus of these two eigenvalues, we find modulus of 2I and modulus of minus 2I, and modulus of 2I it is 2, modulus of minus 2I it is also 2. Okay, you can see from here also the distance from origin, you can see it is 2, and similarly in this case distance is 2. Okay, so now you can see we are getting the maximum uh, modulus value or maximum magnitude, which is 2, and this 2 we are getting corresponding to both eigenvalues, corresponding to minus 2I and corresponding to 2I also. So here we have two eigenvalues, two dominant eigenvalues, and you can see from here both are equally distant from origin. So finally, we can say dominant eigenvalue is the eigenvalue with maximum magnitude. Okay, so if you found this video helpful, then you can like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you have any doubt or question, you can write them in the comment section. Thank you very much.